Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And today we are discussing a grand piece from Breitling. It's not often we talk about high horology complications and Breitling in the same breath, but here we have it. This is a model that was originally launched back in 2017 from Breitling. It's the Navitimer Rattrapante, a timepiece with a split-second chronograph capability, chronometer status, and a circular slide rule bezel. So jumping straight into it, it's big in rose gold, 45 millimeters in diameter, 15.6 millimeters thick, lug-to-lug tip, 52.3 millimeters. It's got a beefy 24 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. I'll throw this watch on my wrist real quick. Take off the glove for that. And you can see that the watch wears quite handsomely, though vast. We'll zoom out as much as we can here. I believe you need a wrist a little bit larger than mine to wear this well. I would say a wrist of 17 centimeters circumference should be the bare minimum, but beyond that, you'll find it wears quite nicely. And again, you are getting a lot of refinement for your money. Taking a look in profile, it's maybe not as thick as you imagined, and it should fit just fine underneath the jacket cuff. Here's your over-the-top angle. The definitive one is always down the barrel. Now we're going to take a look at the clasp here. You can see it's an interesting system because Breitling has quite a few different clasp designs. And we've got this strap that has no perforations, and what happens is it loops through the bottom part of this clasp here. So once you've fed it through and then secured it with this tab underneath, then all the excess length, that is the length you don't need, it hides underneath the strap and clasp body, so you don't have any need for minder loops. This is friction fit, so there's no trigger to lock it in place and require some sort of positive disengagement, but it does have quite a bit of frictional retention, so it is suitably strong for a watch of this size. You can see that the watch is relatively simple in design. It has a Navitimer case, and the form factor means that we've got squared off lugs, minimal beveling, a narrow case band, pump style pushers, and a coaxial trigger for the split second complication, which you can see in action right there, allowing you to gauge the distance or the margin, waxing or waning, between two different objects, perhaps two runners around a course or race cars around a track. And that is a high horology complication. That is something that traditionally required quite a bit of expertise to engineer, and it's something we don't commonly associate with a brand like Breitling that exists in the mainstream luxury category. Taking a look at the case, it's 30 meters water resistant. There's no actual swimmable water resistance here, but it's okay if it gets splashed or caught out in the rain. Around back, we've got a rarely seen variation on the in-house caliper B01. This is the B03. It's an automatic winder with 70 hours of reserve, a 4 hertz beat rate. You can see it pivots on 46 joules or 40, yeah. There we go right there, 46 joules, my memory serves me correctly. Column wheel with vertical clutch. You can see the column wheel function right there. So super positive feel, and the vertical clutch mechanism means it engages without any jump, stagger, or extraneous movement. You can also allow it to run full-time with no additional wear and tear to the watch. That's one of the inherent advantages of a vertical clutch. You've also got a stop seconds function, and then there's additionally a quick set for the date with the crown in the intermediate position. The 70-hour movement features a 5-position adjustment and a COSC Swiss chronometer certification. Take a quick look here. You can see the use of KIF shock protection on both the escape wheel and the balance staff pivot. And then we have a interesting hybrid of Edicron for fine timing and beat error correction, and an eccentric screw regulator that allows for even finer correction. Although the B01, the core of this movement, was not designed originally to be used with display casebacks as a fairly large and handsome movement, it is taken to its new role with grace. Again, a 70-hour reserve, chronometer certified, vertical clutch, column wheel, and split second. On the dial side, we do have some lume. Let's take a look at it now. And then we also have the circular slide rule calculator. Of course, the Navitimer debuting during the 1950s. There's some dispute whether it was early or mid-50s. That doesn't really matter. The circular slide rule with calibrations including kilometers or gallons or liters, nautical versus statute miles, it is useful for multiplication and division. Now, it's not a full slide rule. You know, if you've used those professionally, that they do have more scales than this. But let's just take a quick look. For example, let's say I want to divide, 90 by 3. Well, you got to keep your mental decimals in mind, but you align 90 over 30 Remember, 30 is 3 here, and it's just like a fraction. 90 is going to be divided by 3. We go check out the index. In this case, the index is this 10 on the inner scale. 90 divided by 3 is 30. Now let's say I want to multiply 40 by 2. I put 40 over the index, then I find 2. You can see just like that, 40 times 2 is 80. So that's how you use that. Very simple. 4 hertz beat rate, so it's a modern high rate. And you can see it's got lovely depth with the rose gold indices, hands, and Breitling logo on the dial side. You can even see the knurling of the bezel is beautifully detailed with a combination of satin finish and polish. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.